been a minute. It's been a minute, yo. Let me let the room fill up before I address the matter at hand. Apologies. For my scruffiness. I'm Kamanga. You know you. Apologies, perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna start by reading an article which is about me, but they decided not to include my name. So we can all read together, guys. Nah. Let's all read together. Damn. These guys haven't done the edges on this ceiling. So let's all read together. I'm gonna read from my screen so that we're all reading together. Okay, it says influencer. I don't know who the influencer is because I've never gotten an influencer campaign. You know, just the level of disrespect that this guy has, you know, and I've been so good to him. It says, former Rhythm City actress has opened a case of rape against a well-known entertainment commentator and influencer. No, I'm an accomplished music producer, record executive. Please, put some respect on my name. The influencer whose identity is known to City Press cannot be named because he has not been formally charged. Because he has not been formally charged. Okay? There's no formal charge against me. It's just an accusation. Okay, cool. The actress said the attack occurred during her visit to the man's residence this month, where she alleges that he sexually violated her despite her efforts to fight him off. A close relative of hers says that she had visited the man on 9 September to discuss her business ideas. Okay, so when did this thing happen? 9 September cannot be, because, you know, I've got a visitor's book, a logbook, melupale, ukuthi uvakashile. Before uhamba melupale ukuthi uvakashile bekumnandi. Waseliti, wadla nescones. So there's none of that. Cool. A close relative. I wonder who this close relative is. To discuss her business ideas, he had offered her a shoulder to cry on after she had separated from her boyfriend earlier in the month. Imagine. Have you seen my shoulders? Such small shoulders. These are not shoulders to cry on. Anyway, the actress had hoped that he would help her recover from both emotional and financial distress. Like, emotional distress. Am I a psychologist? I must now help you. Am I a bank? I must help you with financial distress. Like, yeah. She went to his house hoping to be comforted as she was grieving about her lost relationship. She had felt anxious and emotionally unsettled when she visited him. Despite this, he continued trying to kiss her and she pushed him away. Okay? Said the relative, adding that the actress had ultimately lost the power struggle. She didn't have the emotional strength at that moment to fight back forcefully, despite repeated refusals and attempts to distance herself. Distance yourself. If you want to distance yourself, hamba. Unemoto. He continued pressurizing her into physical contact. She had no energy left to resist. You know, energy, emini. Kanjani? Didn't you sleep last night? The night before, you didn't sleep? You have no energy during the day? And as a result, a sexual encounter took place, said the relative. Who is this relative? And Ebekona, this relative. She insisted that the actress had never invited or consented to the man's advances in any form. That's what this relative is being told. He started by sucking her breast, which was strange. Okay, Ganjani, like Ivelela's Pumeli bed. Then he pulled down her underwear, and she struggles to fight him off, said the relative. The man had allegedly forcefully touched her private parts. My goodness, there's so much is happening. It's a lot. Cabuzibele, bese uyamkhumulisa, bese uyambamba bamba. It's a lot. It's a lot happening. You know. She held his hand to try push him away. I mean, the nigga is only like 63 kgs. The nigga is 63 kgs. You don't need to hold his hand to push him away. You just flick the motherfucker off you. That nigga light as fuck. That nigga paperweight. Okay. But he wasn't budging. I mean, the paperweight wasn't budging, my God. Okay, said the relative. Police spokesperson Mavela Masondo confirmed that a case of rape had been opened but said no arrests had yet been made. In 2022, the influencer made headlines when his former wife revealed that she had separated from him after a year of marriage. This is 2 years, but anyway. The former wife revealed that she had left her marital home in January and suggested the man's mental health issues could have taken a toll on their relationship. When City Press contacted the actress, she declined to comment on the matter. The man, for his part, said he had anticipated such a case would be opened against him. I've obtained a protection order against her. She has threatened to open a rape case, but I wasn't aware that she'd actually done so, he said. He said that he and the TV star had a cordial relationship, but that she would frequently act crazily, including threatening him in text messages and phone calls. And that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all that was written. So, yeah. So, the relatives' claims are insane, crazy, you know. First, I'd like to start by denying these accusations with contempt, with the contempt they deserve. Just give me a second. I just want to get the other article that was written in the Sunday World. Okie doke. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to ask to be brought the other paper. So this one is the Sunday World, right? We're going to read this together, please. Please. Okay. Just phone this one, okay? Just Sifunda sonke la. Controversial artist manager and content creator. Yo, dude, like, I'm a record executive. I'm a record producer. Please stop calling me an artist manager or anything of the sort other than that thing. Right? Guys, we'll get to your questions later. Let's just read that. And if you've got questions, please use the questions tab so that I can post your question while answering it so that people can see the question that is being asked while I'm answering it. Yeah. Okay. Controversial artist manager and content creator NOTA Baloyi. Okay. Again. This is the actress opened a case of rape against Baloyi at Douglasdale police station. Baloyi confirmed he had sexual relationship with the actress. The actress, who cannot be named, played roles in popular ETV and SABC1 soapies, although legally Baloyi cannot be named until he pleads before a court. He gave Sunday World a go-ahead to reveal his identity. Yesterday, Baloyi confirmed that a case was opened against him by the actress. I got to know about this matter on Thursday when the police called me. They told me that there's a case that has been opened against me, he said. I told the cops that I needed to engage my lawyer and get back to them to make my own statement. Yesterday, I also filed a protection order against the complainant as she had already made threats against me, said Baloyi. Baloyi said the police called him informing him of an alleged rape case and that the complainant has submitted her own statement. It is alleged that the rape incident happened on September 4. So remember in the other articles, they said September the 9th. All of a sudden, it's September the 4th, right? This woman claimed that she was never credited for a particular song that was released under my record label, he said. The music executive also claimed that the actress tried to communicate with him in May 2017, where the budding musician had asked for contacts of one of the popular rappers in the country. I think he meant the most popular rappers in the country. I hope so. I hope that's what he meant. She allegedly claimed that she was featured in a hip-hop song performed by the star, which was released under Baloyi's record label. Baloyi and the TV star started flirting to the point where house visits were initiated. Sunday World has seen WhatsApp correspondence between the two. The actress once said in one of the WhatsApp messages to the record label executive, Thank you. You were on my mind the entire time since I got back. I don't know what to make of you. I think you have to be more clear about what you want from me before we continue. I'm an emotional person. I don't want to hurt myself. If I gave you the impression that I do casual hookups, I lied. My kitty cat and my heart are connected. So I'm giving you a chance to run now. If you don't take it, don't blame me. Sure. If you want something casual, you have to compensate me for the heartbreak by making my dreams happen. Is that not extortion? I want a relationship. Otherwise, if we don't enter a relationship, you must make my dreams come true. That is extortion. That is a mild form of extortion, but extortion nonetheless. The actress wrote. Baloyi replied, why, I've never got the impression that you're into casual hookups. I just got the feeling you like me and I don't mind hanging out. You see, the boy said, you like me and I don't mind hanging out. That's what I said. Those are my words. I stand behind them. You like me, girl, you like me. And I do not mind hanging out. More, to get to know one another, away from prying eyes. Please don't bring your gorobela when you come to the gym. See, I also care about fitness and health, your fitness and your health. As the two started getting cozy with one another, the thespian asked Baloyi if she was allowed to like him. You won't grind my soul, she asked. The former child star also reminded Baloyi that he should take more time to know her rather than rushing to an encounter between the sheets. She stated that if they took their fling to the bedroom, she would get a signal that Baloyi was into her. Baloyi admitted having consensual sex with the actress and that he never forced himself on her. We were in a perceived relationship. That's the words I used when Sunday World called me, but clearly they didn't hear me properly. We were in a perceived relationship, and she demanded that we go public about it, and also stated that she wanted to meet my parents. Imagine, the sexual encounter happened in my house, and my nephew, who is 23, was there. This was our first sexual encounter, but not the first romantic one. Yesterday, the actress pleaded with Sunday World not to mention her name or mention any show she had acted on. I don't want to talk about that as I am not ready. Don't mention my name in any article you are writing, and don't even say anything about shows I was part of. I'm currently focused on my music, and there is no case I opened against the person you are talking about. There is no case. We just read about a whole case. The police have confirmed the case. The relative of the person confirmed the case. All of a sudden, she's telling Sunday World yesterday when they called her. Yesterday, which is Saturday. Sunday World called her on Saturday afternoon, and she said, I'm currently focused on my music, and there is no case opened against the person you are talking about. There's no case opened. Gauteng police spokesperson Captain Mavela Masondo confirmed that a case of rape has been opened. Police can confirm that a case of rape has been opened at the Douglasdale police station and was referred to Family Violence, Child Protection and Sexual Offences Unit for further investigations. No arrests have been made yet, said Masondo. Yep. So, yeah. Yeah. Apart from being baffled, I'm seriously hurt by all of this. This is possibly the most hurtful thing that has ever been done to me, Come on, guys. Don't let me be the one who's naming. You can see, go to Maphephandaba or all those other pages, and you will see a picture of this person. Yeah. What did you learn from this? Well, that, if you see a red flag, don't ignore it, I guess. But sometimes you gotta fuck around and find out. Well. Funnily enough, both yes and no. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. Both yes and no. Sometimes you struggle to keep focus with the strap on, if you know what I mean. Let me just put it like that, So to maintain focus and, yeah. But I didn't nut inside. There you go. That's your answer. Okay, I already answered this question. I already answered that one. Do you know how much money you are going to make for that newspaper with this story? Well, they didn't include my name, but fortunately for me and all of you, Musa Kaula decided to get the exclusive and get the scoop before everybody else. And so he published the stories, and he doesn't follow the guidelines. Look, man, people like joking, so I don't take comments to heart. I know for sure 100% of everyone who's saying I believe her doesn't believe her. And also that the ones that support me are correct, because they know that I would never do something like what I'm being accused of doing. So, I don't know. 180K. But you're not asking questions on the right thing, Magic. Did something happen before she made these allegations? Yes, something did happen. You know, what happened is that we had an argument. The voice notes of which with the Sunday World, because I sent them all the texts and everything else. So yeah, it is what it is. And that is why I got a protection order, because I could tell that something like this was on the way. How do you really feel about this? Well, I'm very disappointed. Yeah. But also another thing is that I've got very few male friends. Like, I won't lie, 99.9% of everyone who's contacted me is sending me, encouragement and support. 99% of them are women. Like, you know what I mean? 99%. And of those 99% that are women, 80% are black women. One colored woman, one white woman. So, yeah, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. As far as you are, our paths will cross soon. So, how are moms and pops feeling? Yeah, they're very disappointed that something. So yeah, moms and pops are very distraught. My dad is health-wise, he hasn't been taking it well, but they're with me throughout, and they know how they raised me, so they've got no doubt in my innocence. Why do you think she made these allegations? If I'm going to be 100% honest, I think that she's not well mentally. Like, I think she feels like, mentally she was stunted as a child. The child star syndrome. So she's got stunted growth and mental development. So yeah. I don't know if I can play the VNs here. I don't know. But I'll find a way for you guys to be able to access them. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I stopped all communication as soon as I heard about the charges that or the case that had been opened. So I don't want to be accused of tampering with witnesses or intimidating a victim or anything else. So I don't think it's it's appropriate for me to contact my accuser. Don't play the VNs. Don't expose anything that might potentially ruin your court case. Be safe, man. Hope you're well. Yeah, so this thing, the whole entire point is that this thing does not need to go to court. The prosecutor can see evidence, and after reviewing the evidence, the prosecutor can decide that there is no case. It's not going to get to the point of a court case. It's either she's going to drop it or the prosecutor is going to drop it, but it's going to be dropped either way. Yeah, because number one, it didn't happen, and number two, there's no way she can prove that it happened. And I don't think that she wants to face the consequences of pursuing this, knowing that, number one, she knows it didn't happen. So you are going to be defending a lie, and you're going to court, and it's going to cost you resources that you don't have, to do that, and you're only going to damage your own reputation even further than this already has. I mean, I don't think there's any hope that she'll come out of this with a reputation that people would find her someone that they'd want to work with. Unfortunately for her, but these are her choices. She's a 31-year-old woman. She's not a child. She's a mother. She needs to learn from this as well and reflect, like I suggested she should the last time we spoke. Can you countersue, though? I mean, yes, but at what expense? You have to pay lawyers to countersue, then you have to, whatever. I don't think suing helps. The only thing that can help is like putting someone like her behind bars. Someone that does this needs to be put behind bars, because, and I know people will say, but she's a mother. Yes, that's true, but her child has grandparents, and the grandparents can take care of the child while the mother's away, and the child will then grow up to learn that mommy did a very bad thing, and mommy had to go away for a little while as punishment for doing this very bad thing, and mommy was wrong. Mommy was, that's it. So, there's no ways. Too many people are getting away with it, and there's no consequences. The consequences can't be that every time you post, people will now remind you that you made false and malicious allegations against someone. You need to actually go to prison. There needs to be serious consequences so that other people don't do this, and also real victims can be believed, because there isn't an entire syndicate being operated to blackmail men. You know what I mean? Like, it started with blackmail. This person blackmailed me of accusing me of something like this. And I said, I'm not to be blackmailed. If you want to do what you want to do it. And I'll deal with it once it's done. And that's it. So, yeah. No. Yeah. There's no need for violence. She just needs to face the consequences. I don't think it needs to be an example that she's being made out of. I just think a general example needs to be made about such false allegations and the damage that they have. That's it on that. Do you think the timeline in which all these things happen is coincidental? No, it's not coincidental. So that's why I knew something was coming when I started seeing her posting about this whole entire song issue. Because the song issue, I'd already spoken to her about it, and I told her that I'm not involved. She must go and speak to the people that invited her to the studio to go and record. She must go and speak to the people she was in studio with. I was not in studio with her. I'm not any of them. It's publisher. I'm not a representative. It's got nothing to do with me. If you guys go to studio and you make songs, you don't then call someone who was not there, who was doing his own thing, and then try to fix the mess. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that's when I suspected that something could happen. So I knew that when I saw those posts and then I saw my name being involved, I was like, how? But I told this person, when it comes to this matter, my name must be removed, please. I don't need to be involved anymore. You know, so yeah, it is what it is, and that's what happened. So I mean, obviously, you will face consequences publicly because imagine you go to work on Monday. Everyone at work knows what happened or knows that you lied and accused someone of something heinous, a very heinous and a very serious crime. It's a very serious crime. They don't give bail for such a crime. It's a very serious thing. It's not a joke, this thing. Akusinto yokudlala, yokudlaliswa. You know what I mean? So it's a very serious thing. Now you go to work on Monday, everyone sees, and then police come and they hand you a protection order that has been granted against you by the court to protect someone from you. That someone that got a protection order is your victim. I am a victim right now. I have a protection order granted by a court that has seen evidence that decided that I am a victim of blackmail and harassment. Now, let's just say that some deranged person, some crazy person reads this accusation and believes it. And then they see me at the shopping center one day and I'm shopping and they decide to commit a violent act against me. This person will be directly responsible. You understand what I'm saying? If someone now decides, oh, now NOTA, he did ABCD, ITUMELENG. This person would have incited that violence against me. That is the reason why I needed to get a protection order. That is one of the main reasons why I needed to get a protection order. So, yeah, there needs to be consequences. And serious consequences, not slight consequences where you can go to podcasts and tell your story and what. No. Number one, the protection order says you will be doing none of that. And number two, you need to sit with other women that have committed crimes and sit at Loikop for a good, at least a good 12 months. 12 months. At least 12 months minimum. So she at least 12 months. So a 3-year sentence, please. So that she can sit for at least a third of it. Yes, it's a crime. A false accusation is a crime. If you lie, it's a crime. You make a false affidavit, it's a crime. You make such a serious accusation, it's a crime. It's a criminal offense to do this. Of course not. Of course not. I'm not a cheater or anything of the sort, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Of course not. Yeah, guys, please. This is what the blackmail was about. She's like, yo, I want you to promote my songs. It's either you introduce me to your parents or you promote my songs. That was the blackmail. Crazy. Send me a WhatsApp and send me a link of your work. I don't think there's anyone funding, or I don't know. It could be a possibility, but if you were to fund something like this, you'd need to at least have a solid story. You don't want to fund something that is going to backfire, But maybe you want to fund it and you don't care whether or not it backfires, just as long as you want to smear the person. So I guess, who knows? Who knows? But yeah. Are you going to open a case against her? Well, I've already requested I've already requested that. I've already requested a protection order, and then at the hearing for that protection order to get it finalized, the judge will then state what the consequences are. Imagine. Do you think there are women with good intentions out there maramaking? Ish, I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's dangerous out there. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, especially if you're an honest guy and you tell women like, yo, I don't want a relationship. I don't want anything. You know what I mean? If you want to give me the cookie, give me the cookie. But now, it's a two-way street. You're getting something, I'm getting something. Now you want more on top of that. No, none of that. Anything that happened was consensual and was initiated by her, not me. She initiated it. So that's that on that. And that is on record. Don't you suspect she was sent? Who knows? Maybe she was sent. The truth of what you stand for is written on those WhatsApp texts that looks like a trap Baba industry politics got into her. Exactly. In those WhatsApp texts you can see. And I was honest. And also I did not insult or disrespect or undermine in any way, shape or form when I said what I said. Do you know what I mean? What's the story with the virgin lady you spoke about? Okay, the story is that I liked a girl. She was a virgin, but she was 21 when I met her. So I was like, hey, let her grow a little bit older. Okay, she turns 22. Cool, she's older now. I go to the States when she's 22. And yeah, I'm in the States for a long time, but I'm still talking to her. We're still chatting, And then I come back, and she's 23 now. When I come back, we continue talking, and then I ask her out, and then we go out a couple of times, and she was just too ashamed to tell me that while I was in the States, she lost her virginity. So here I am, taking her out, took her on a vacation. We went to Cape Town, we went shopping, we did a whole number of things, you know what I mean? And when we came back, I was like, okay, fine, it's time for me to go to your parents and so that my uncles can do what needs to happen, so that we can do the thing. And then she just started acting weirdly, blowing me off. I had called and I was like, I take some time to think, because you're behaving really erratic right now, right? And then a couple months later, she's like, yo, when are we gonna fuck? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? Like, we don't use such language. And then I was like, what's wrong? What is it? What's eating you? It seems like there's something you want to tell me, but you just can't tell me. Then she's like, ish, okay, I'm sorry, but, I lost my virginity last year, and I just didn't know how to break it to you. So I thought that you wouldn't want to talk to me again because of this, and yeah, it is what it is. And then yeah, so that's what happens when you wait. Some other lame niggas move in. What should I do to work with you? I'm not working with anybody. No, it's totally on Aries' album. Well, it's a mixtape, not an album. Yeah, it's good. It's dope. It's cool. It's nice. I listen to it. Yeah, but it's not like something to keep on repeat. Once you've listened to it and you've enjoyed it, it's cool. Move on to the next. May you please clarify the PT6? No, I'm not fighting. So, that whole entire thing is as men, we might have fetishes. Sometimes you got a foot fetish. Sometimes you got a fat girl fetish. So every once in a while, you might wanna try out a big girl, or a bigger girl, or a bigger than average girl. Okay, let's say overweight girl, right? Cool. Now, the problem with this is that I found is that, as much as most of them, in fact, 100% of them present as nice people, or that they could be nice people, the internalized self-hatred that they have and negative body self-image that they have is too much to overcome. And if you ever do anything with them, it's obviously because you don't want to make them feel bad. You know what I mean? Let's say a fat girl makes a move on you, right? A fat girl makes a move on you. The first thing that comes to mind is ish, if I reject her, she might not be able to deal with that. So then you'll just entertain her, right? But, it's not like you're really into it. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So, yeah, that is what it is. I didn't delete that because I regretted tweeting that. No, I deleted that on purpose because I know when you delete a tweet, people screen grab it and then it goes viral. So deleting a tweet is actually a way to make more people see a tweet. You understand? It's to get the message out there. We know the social media thing. So, yeah. It's not a myth. You know what I mean? It's big girls, they can't fit a big nigger in their thighs because they can't open their thighs wide enough. So if you're a skinny nigger, you can reach the finish line, if you get what I'm saying. So it's a compatibility thing. And yeah, but you know what? Yeah, so there's that. But the ones that are working on themselves and working on their bodies, they're different. The ones that are not doing any work on themselves and not working on their bodies, they're the ones who are real meanies. Fat girls are the meanest girls. Let's be honest. Yeah. And they feel like they've got a right to be mean because you can't say anything about fat people. You know what I mean? If you say something about fat people, it's an egregious crime. Someone took my screen grab and said, oh, he said this about fat people, so now he must go to jail for offending the fat people. Get the fuck out of here. A bit funny. A bit punny, yeah. She broke it, she lost her virginity, didn't know how to break it to me. Dude, I'm laughing, but I was heartbroken for the longest time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you want my WhatsApp details? You just text me on WhatsApp and then send me the details of what you've got. But understand that I've got thousands of WhatsApps. So you must say who you are and that, I just interacted with you on IG Live. This is for this person that's asking the question, though. It's not just for anyone that wants to send a WhatsApp. Unless you want to say, okay, I also want to send a WhatsApp about such and such and such. Then, okay, feel free. Okay, number one, it's not that she didn't get anything. Let me tell you what happened. When I was doing the metadata for the song, right, to give all the credits, I asked everyone, okay, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote the chorus? Okay, my producer said he wrote the chorus and got the girl to sing. Right? She did the intro part as well, which is also an amazing thing. I'd never met the girl and I never knew the girl. And I was like, yo, who's this girl? They never allowed me to meet her. I was like, yo, she sounds amazing. You're really talented. Like, is she Indian or what? How does she know Indian? How is she doing this Indian intro? Okay, cool. Like, no, she did this, it's just a vibe for the intro. But yeah, we wrote a chorus for her and told her. Now, the chorus itself, she might have given it words. Even if she did write it, she might have given it words. But that melody, right, comes from Michael Cleese. It's a Michael Cleese or Michael Clace bootleg, right? And I spoke to Michael Clace on WhatsApp, and he gave us permission to do the track and whatever. So either way, whoever came up with the idea to do that melody or whatever, they're the person who would be credited with writing. So Pori was right in getting that credit, right? Cool, sharp. That is aside from the record executive side of things, that goes into publishing. So as far as their publishers, they deal with the notifications to Samro and whatever. The fact that she got 59 cents from Samro is because one of the people that published the songs felt sorry for her and said, okay, fine, let's give her a certain percentage. And then that's what she got. She got that 59 cents. But I don't think it's 59 cents overall. It's 59 cents for a certain period and a certain payment. And I don't know how many songs she has out there, but for that particular song, that's what it got. And I also get cents sometimes for certain songs that I've written on. So, the issue is that I've got nothing to do with it. It doesn't involve me at all. And if she wanted to get assistance with that, I told her that she must go speak to the people that invited her to studio. I did not invite you to studio. I did not say come sing on this song. The people that invited you and arranged all of that, speak to them. And why are you scared of them? And why put my name in a post where you're making allegations that people screwed you out of money? Why put my name there? Because you're defaming my character. You're putting me involved. You're making me involved. You understand what I'm saying? So why put my name in it? So yeah, I'm really upset at that whole entire thing. And that was the red flag that something is coming. And I could tell from the threats that she made in the texts that we exchanged that this one could do anything. She said, you don't know women, I'm going to teach you women. That's what she said. When a woman says that, you must know that she's going to try and get you arrested on some bullshit. Can you open a case against? Yeah, I've already answered this. I'm waiting for the court date for the protection order, and then we'll see what the judge advises. What's your take in these international artists not taking SA bookings or taking promoters serious? Think about it like this, guys, okay? The minimum wage is 27 Rand per hour, okay? 27 Rand per hour. Let's say a ticket is 300 Rand. That's 10 hours. A work day is 8 hours. So you have to work for a day and 2 hours to afford a ticket, right? In New York, or let's say California. In California, the minimum wage is $20 per hour, right? So 300 rands is $20. So if you work at McDonald's to buy a 300 Rand ticket, If you work at McDonald's in the United States and you're getting minimum wage, to buy a 300 Rand ticket, you need to work for 1 hour, right? It's 340 Rand or 350 Rand for 1 hour. That's how much they're getting paid. So a South African worker has to work a full day to get the same thing that a minimum wage worker in the United States works 1 hour for. And that's why the affordability is different. People can't afford the ticket prices that people are paying in the States. Like ticket prices are $40 in the States, right? Which is 2 hours work, right? And here it's 700 Rand, right? So 2 hours work is 700 Rand. And that would mean that you'd have to work 700 Rand. So let's say the ticket is 700 Rand, right? It's 2 hours work, right? It's a $40 ticket. A person would work for 2 hours at McDonald's and have enough money to buy a $40 ticket. A South African worker to get 700 Rand, right, would need to work 27 divided by 700. How many hours is that? No, it's more than that. It's more than 2 days. It's 2.5 days. It's 2.5 days. Right? It's 2.5 days to get that 700 Rand. And therefore, the tickets become very unaffordable. The prices that they want to charge the tickets at are unaffordable for South Africans. And therefore, the booking fee is unattractive. And you must also remember, South Africa is a 14 to 16-hour flight away from the United States. Most of the artists that you guys want are from the United States. It's very far. So they can't do any shows the day before. They can't do any shows 2 days before because just flying here takes so long. Then you have to acclimatize when you get here. You have to deal with jet lag or whatever the case may be. Then you have to perform. You know, it's just too much. So the offer needs to be enough. And if sponsors are not willing to sponsor, then it becomes very difficult to get international acts. Yeah, but if the money was right, if the money was decent compared to the money that they'd be making by touring locally in their own countries or touring in Europe, then it would make sense. But it doesn't make financial sense right now. But she didn't deserve a once-off payment. I'm sure if it was, let's say, Nadia Nakai, they would have given her something. Nonsense. This is a nonsense comment. Nonsense. The money came from Samro, okay? The money came from Samro, and the money is from 2016. So there's money. If there's money that she still owed in the previous years, she must also show you that. She mustn't show you this last payment that was done because it's an old song. So obviously that's a commensurate payment. And if that's what she got, then the other artists also got a similar amount compared to, based on the percentage that they've got. She's credited. She got paid. There's no issue here. She's crying about nothing. She's crying that she's not happy with the money. Well, make bigger songs, make better songs, make more money. Simple. President. No, because that album needs my permission to be released. So no, I would not grant her permission to use my mother's timeshare to book a resort to go and record that. You know. So that's it. Yeah, it's still too soon. It's too soon. I don't have $1 billion. It costs $1 billion to be president, so I need to raise the money first. Are you okay, bro? That's all I want to ask. Look, man, I'm not okay, but I'm alive and I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, these are very serious allegations, very hurtful. No, I cannot speak to my accuser in the midst of this. That's, you know what I mean, that can be used against me. I do not want to do that. Can you elaborate on the royalties? Just watch my, go to the Black Penwell the Black Pen on YouTube. I explain how these things work there. It's a long podcast. Please watch that. I mean, I'm taking it like a man, the best I can. But yeah, it's just difficult, you know. It's just difficult. But yeah, I've been dealing with this since last week, Thursday. And yeah, so it only came to the public yesterday afternoon. So yeah, I haven't gone outside since this matter became public. But I was outside on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. So yeah, you know, I'm just hoping this nightmare can end very quickly. Now we don't do Instagram research. Yeah, thank you. They had none on you, bro. You gotta use grape card. We're here for you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I discussed that. So when I end this live, I'll leave it here so that you can see how that works. But go to the timeline. Go to X. All the text messages are circulating there, so you'll find the answer to your question there. Don't approach brands for sponsorships. Just make sure that your brand is big enough that other brands need to approach you to elevate what they're doing and to give awareness to what they're doing so that they come to you with an offer for money. If you approach brands, you are practically going with a begging bowl, and they'll give you as little as possible. Whereas if brands come to you, you can demand what you want. It depends what you consider a bag, you know. Yeah, but it is a bag. It's like it's $2,000 before it's split. How can I make $400 a week as a South African? Go work in America. Be a waiter, a barman, or whatever. Get an H-2B visa. H-2B visa, and then you can work there. How did those conversations go public? Well, I had to give those conversations to the police. I had to give them to the media that were asking me questions, and the police made sure that the allegations, anything that you send to the police, will become public. They sell it to the newspaper. It's the highest bidder game. So yeah, it was always going to become public. So yeah. What did you say about Singer? He was mad on his podcast. I didn't say anything about him to make him mad. I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, he should just focus on being a good dad, you know, instead of mentioning me for clout. Can I say that NOTA French fly Penwell discuss mass country? Okay, I'm confused by this question. But yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. I've answered all your questions, guys. the house always wins. The system always wins. So yeah, they'll never allow you to be truly independent. You know, they'll always make sure that they find ways. You know. Yeah, I mean, Zing is a bit of a bitch. So he's you know he doesn't know what he wants. So uh, I don't think that's gonna happen. I gave him the support that he needed when he needed it, and then uh, he showed his true colors when it was time for him to show his true colors. So you know what I mean? Like as if I had any doubt about what type of person he is. So yeah. So okay, guys, I see that the views are dropping off now, which means people have got the story that they wanted to get. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Speak to them, guys. Send them emails. They've got email addresses on all their YouTube channels, so send them emails. I don't know. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for tuning into my live. And yeah, thank you for all the support that you guys have given me so far. It's really encouraging. Thank you for the prayers. Uh, yes, I do really answer text on WhatsApp, but if it makes sense to answer, shut, guys. I love you all, even my haters.